Hi, we're here today with Dr. Andrea Hoda of Meadowlands Chiropractic, a One Concept clinic and facility. And today we're going to talk about the anatomy of the spine and how important spinal health is to our overall well-being. So Andrea, take us through some of the anatomy of what we have here.
Okay, well, you can see by the color coding here, we've got three different segments here. We've got the cervical spine, which is your neck. Then we go down into the thoracic spine here, all these green segments, followed by the lumbar spine down here in the blue, and the sacrum as well. So the thoracic spine, we have all these nerves coming out here, and they will generally go to the organs, and the neck will do the upper body and extremity, and the lumbar spine here will innervate down into the legs.
So with respect to chiropractic, what is it that happens in the spine that you can help alleviate or help with a certain client that comes in with maybe they're complaining about specifically spinal problems, or it could actually translate down into legs or hips or really anything, even organs. Organs can be affected,
Right.
and it may be coming from the spine. So can you tell us what happens?
Okay, so basically what we check for is just to see if there's any misalignments in the spine, and if a misalignment does occur, that can compromise some of the nerve supply that is going to muscles, organs, to everything. So without a good nerve supply, our body isn't functioning optimally. So we can't heal properly, we can't do what our body is made to do properly if there are some parts of the body that are not getting a sufficient nerve supply.
So you're saying that if maybe something comes out of place or the spine is misaligned, the nerve gets compressed, and whatever it's feeding, whether it's an organ or a different body part, it's not doing that anymore. It's something's happening to the body.
Right, so it's not that the nerve is actually going to be compressed, but there are going to be changes in that area with the circulation, muscle tightness, things like that. So if that nerve isn't functioning optimally, you'll see changes along that nerve pattern. And the problem is once you start to see those changes, it means it's been there for a while. So what we try to do is just assess the spine sooner and make sure that nothing happens in the future if that nerve is being irritated.
And is this typical of a good spine, or have you moved it into positions where it's like a little out?
Yeah, he's been around for a few years, so yeah, he looks kind of messed up actually. He needs a good adjustment.
So Sammy's a little off today.
Yeah, he's off.
I'm also noticing that there are some muscles that obviously do attach and they come off of the spine. So I also know as massage therapist that if your spine is out of alignment, these muscles being attached to the spine will also be tight, or they'll be off, and that's another reason why spinal health is extremely important. Perfect. Well, thank you, Andrea, for giving us a little bit of anatomy and physiology on the spine.